Hey y'all, welcome back to the ranch. I'm Jared Paul, and today we're getting a mid-March, late winter, early spring snowfall. We haven't gotten more than 5 inches in this season or the past 2 years for winter. Lots of consistent snow, but not that much accumulating. Well, today we're at about 5 inches, maybe a little bit more, and it's supposed to snow the rest of the day. So while it's chilly and snowy outside, not safe to travel or do anything, I'm going to take advantage of another Stella nap and get to working on what was an 8-foot tall money tree braid that was just terrible and leggy. You could look at a previous video in the playlist after this one if you would like to see how tall it really was. It was hitting the ceiling in the house. Now it's down to about 4 feet, I'd say, at tallest, and today it's coming down even further. So that's what's coming up on today's episode of Jarhead Bonsai. Exactly 6 feet tall. So I'd say this is 1, 2, 3, and then it's canopy up above. Obviously, it's on the coffee table, but Laura and I went around, did a little last night and a little today, kind of feeling and seeing what was dead, what was connected to what, and so I wanted to get a specific line where I could just saw across, because this is all dead here in the braid. You see this is all nicely braided, and then you got extra ones that have grown over the years that aren't in the braid. So I would like to reestablish whatever part of the braid I could that's alive and do that today, get all the dead stuff out of there, and then we can decide what we want to do. You know, I left these longer because this thing was so tall. It was coming into a new house. I don't think it's probably ever been repotted. It was just one of those trees that was purchased and maybe watered, maybe ignored, and grew over time. It was just ginormous and leggy and gross. So anyways, all that being said, these are pretty thick for the tools that I have inside, and I think the saw that I have outside is too big to get in there. So I have picked a Henkel stainless steel knife from the kitchen, out of the little butcher's block, and yeah, I'm gonna try this, see if we can't saw across. Don't ever try anything I do ever at home, and probably none of my ideas are good. I never recommend it. Let's just say everything's always an experiment. Cutting well. Maybe if I could get one section out of there instead of thinking of it in the whole thing, I could really get it down. Oh, it's cracking. Alright, that's part of it. Totally dead. I always try to saw away from myself just in case it shoots out the other side, you know? Another part. Yes, I'm wearing a Christmas sweatshirt because I reached into my drawer and that's what was there. And it's snowing, so whatever. White Christmas in March. Although St. Patty's Day is around the corner, you know, the most made-up holiday ever around the world. All right. Just under that seat. Oh, I'm rocking the whole table and everything. Okay. First, the largest branch out of there. There's that bark. All right. So that's going to start to look much better. All right, y'all, I'm going to work away on this. I'm going to put it on time-lapse, and then we will come back to it. All right, so I have no idea. It's the first time I've ever done the hyperlapse on this new phone, so I have no idea how fast it's going to be or what. But you see, there was a lot of stuff to hack back. It was actually kind of fun, just taking my time. I sawed what I could. I broke off with my hand a lot. And then I kind of used these guys to get in there and just kind of make them look like as attractive as knobs can look. So see at the bottom, nice thick base. They look good. Pretty much that initial intertwining is done. It's gone. There's too much dead. So basically we have a really nice little clump style leaning into each other, and we got to figure out what we want to do. So I don't know, I guess I could take all these and just start weaving them, or I could be selective, or I could take it all the way down to here. That's what I'm gonna do. I just decided, screw it. There's you know, even on the top of these knobs here where there's a lot of dead coming down, I reached some fresh wood there, so I'm going for it. Let's just trunk it up. Let's pick a height, huh? Maybe this is the top trunk, so we'll pick an apex like so. Woo! Seems almost a waste to not do those as cuttings, so I might throw them in this huge vase, really tall glass vase that I have, where I throw all my ginormous cuttings that, like, well, basically money trees. And Queen of the Nights, I have some really large ones of those. This is a little wider than I was thinking. A little lower on the outside here. Working my way around. Alright, another big one. So, if you watched the last time, I just cut off what I could to see how healthy the tree was and see if it could kick buds back off, and as you could tell, it did. So going into today, I was thinking, oh, I'll just get this out of there. But now I'm going to take this bigger branch out and let this be, you know, basically the only live growth that's going to be on this clump for now. But all of the tropicals in my past videos, like I've said, this past couple weeks, all the tropicals are really waking up. So it's a great time to do some work on them. If they're tropicals that go outside for the summer, you know, you'll get an extra flush of growth. Probably have to do an extra pruning, which is always a lot of fun. I mean, repotting, no, but pruning 3 times a year, hell yeah. 3 as opposed to 2, I'm all about it. If I remember, it's a common statement of mine. If I remember, I will, let's see if I can do half. Yeah, and then come in. I was like trying to take the middle chunk on the bigger ones before, just totally messing it up, like I am currently. Yeah, so I have another money tree planting that's designed like a little beach scene, like they're all palm trees. And that thing is all budded out nicely after an extremely hard pruning a couple months ago, and it looks really nice, in my opinion. So I'll try and remember to show you that. Right, it would be cool to get, what I'm looking for, I guess, would be a nice little canopy on these. You know, maybe top height, once we get some branching, be here. It's a little red plastic pot. Nothing fancy. Looks like it's got some, you know, decorative something coming up there. So the question is, that one really starts to, I'm going to prune this one so that kind of lean out front a little bit, like the lower side branch. And oh, cool. So the apex here has a little cousin down here, so that main trunk is really where it's at. And then we got a couple coming out the back. This guy, this is my Hail Mary probably, but it should bud back there. And then this one is the one left with the growth, so I guess if I had to pick a front right now, it would be this. Isn't that lovely? Yeah, one of those. Doesn't really matter, does it? All right, let's go take a look at that other. All right, y'all, so here it is. I had 3 trees intertwining back there, one died, so just got 2 kind of leaning across each other in a natural palm tree vibe. And then you got the one laying across. When Laura and I went to the Dominican Republic, we went for a walk on the beach. This guy Kiki came up, offered to go up, pick us a couple of coconuts, used his machete, popped a couple holes in them. Straws, boom, boom, fresh coconuts sitting on a palm tree looking out on the water. You know, I think I gave the guy a 10 because it was all I had on me, and we had a great conversation. It was awesome. So anyways, that's what that planting is inspired from. I'm going to wrap it all up. So I hope you enjoyed the butchering of what was once an 8-foot tall money tree. I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out. The thing was just so overgrown, it might turn into something cool after all. So I'm Jared Paul, and for my family, yours, cheers.